I want to share with everyone about a mantra that I started doing about, about 3 or 4 months ago. And I was in a situation where I needed to have a car. The car that I was driving, it was going downhill really fast. Some of the things that was happening with it, I needed a new transmission, I needed new tires, oil was leaking. Matter of fact, I was to drive down the street, and as soon as I pull up to a traffic light, I could see the smoke coming up from the hood, and I could smell it. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even want anyone to ride with me. And so I start, I've been meditating for a while, had stopped meditating. I wanted to really get into things that were moving a lot quicker. And I noticed that the traditional sitting for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours in meditation, for me at the time, just wasn't getting it. I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, I definitely enjoyed it. And I was going through the YouTubes and I came across Dr. Pillai. If you haven't heard of Dr. Pillai, get a chance, go ahead and Google Dr. Pillai. And he talked about speeding things up, speeding reality up. And one thing that he started talking about was this word Brzee, and how Brazie will begin to help you manifest wealth and abundance. But not only just wealth and abundance, but also manifest specifically gold and money. And so with that in mind, I was practicing chanting this mantra, Brzee, and in a few minutes we'll do a little bit of that while I've got you on this, watching this. But I started getting up every single morning, and before the sun would come out, I would get up, I would take my walk, and for at least 30 to 45 minutes to an hour, and I would do my mantras, I would do my meditation, I would do my meditative walk. I would begin to chant Brzee. Not only chanting Brzee, but understanding what it meant for me to chant Brzee. Brzee is like a seed. When you plant that lemon seed, that avocado seed, that watermelon seed in the ground, when you're planting that seed, if you've got a watermelon seed and you plant it into fresh soil, it's going to produce watermelon. So didn't really know exactly what was going to manifest, how it was going to manifest. I just knew that I had some needs in my life, and one of the big needs was good transportation. I had a nice car, it looked nice on the outside, but internally it was going downhill and going downhill fast. And one day I was taking my walk, meditating, and I was led to go into a credit union. Went into this credit union, I don't even know why I really went in there. I think I was asking for directions. And one thing kind of led me to another, and I came across a flyer for a dealership here in Central Florida, and from a car dealership. And so I gave them a call and I told them what was going on. Now take it, I'm self-employed. There's a lot of things that the banks need, when you're self-employed, that if you don't have it, they're not going to extend credit to you. Not at all. But I wasn't focusing on that. I was focusing on the fact that I was doing my meditation, doing my chanting, and I had come across Brazie. And before my new car manifested, and get a load of this, before it manifested, I was also noticing other people that was giving testimonies as well. And that's why I'm here. I want to give my testimony. And they were manifesting the fact that as they were chanting and they were using this mantra, Brzee, that things were manifesting in their life. And it wasn't by coincidence. They knew that from chanting Brzee, that things were manifested. Brzee is spelled B-R-Z-E-E, Brzee. And it definitely has a nice ring to it. So anyway, getting back to how these things begin to manifest in my life, I stopped at a credit union, picked up a flyer from this auto dealership here in Central Florida, gave the gentleman a call, and he said, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you come in, let's see what you can do. I went in, And at the same time, I'm doing my mantras. I met with him, and this is what he said. He said, "I'll tell you what, we can get you financed. We can get you financed, but we don't have the right car." And I thought to myself, universe, what are you going to bring my way? And he said, "I'll tell you what, it's Friday. We got a lot of trade-ins over the weekend. Why don't you give me a call on Monday or Tuesday of next week, and we'll see what we got in." So I said, okay, great. So on Monday, I gave him a call. He said, "I've got 2 cars for you here." He said, "Why don't you come in and check them out and see which one that you like? Because both of them should fit into your budget, and all the other things that they need as far as a dealership to get me financed was there." And when I went out to the dealership, I had $0 in my pocket. I had $0 in the bank that wasn't really dedicated, for buying a new car. And so when I got there, he took me to the back, showed me these 2 cars. One was an Infiniti coupe, very, very nice. I thought that was, because I had a coupe. I had an Acura coupe CL. It was pretty decent. And here was an Infiniti. It was a coupe. And I think it was dark gray or black or something like that. It was really nice. And then there was another car. There was a Jaguar. It was a 4-door Jaguar. But in particular about this particular Jag, it was gold. That was the color of the car. Well, come to find out, chanting Brzee actually manifests gold. Didn't really put the 2 and 2 together. Didn't want to get too excited. But I wanted to stay in a place of, let's see what the universe has in store for me. So I looked at the car. He said, "Which one do you like?" I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. I think the Jag is more me." And he said, "Okay, well, I think we can. That's definitely going to work out, with you." Matter of fact, the car, when I bought it, it had equity built into it, meaning that it had a very, very low mileage, which meant that I was buying the car and it had equity in it. So anyway, came back a couple days later. He said, "I've got the financing set up for you." We were kind of going around on a couple things in regards to extended warranty and other different things that they wanted me to purchase. And I was giving them quite a bit of resistance on that. At the same time, they went down from $1 amount from a down payment. And I think at the time they wanted about $1,000 down, which wasn't much at all. $1,000 down. And so, to make a long story short, I was able to purchase the car. I was able to pull off, the car lot with only $200 down on a car that was pretty much brand new. I was able to manifest by chanting Brzee, and you'll see a picture of it here in a few minutes. But I was able to manifest this gold Jaguar, which was basically brand new gold, and it looked like no one had ever driven it. I've had other things that happen as well in regards to chanting Brzee, in regards to the car, and I'll be talking about other things later. I do have some other things that I believe that I'll be able to share with you. But when I look at chanting Brzee and what it's done, it's actually also produced a gold key ring. Now, this key ring right here was actually underneath the driver's seat of the car. Now get it, I had the car probably for almost about a month before I realized that this gold key ring was underneath.